This is a review for Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, but you might as well call the movie Godzilla Ruins Everything. In this world, there are notable differences, but what's not different is that Japan must bounce back from atomic devastation and foreign occupation. Then Godzilla comes along and kicks the island nation while it's down. After that, the timeline splits. Osaka actually becomes the capital of Japan. That's really cool in my opinion. I mean, you have all of these Godzilla movies existing in alternate realities, so why not play around with world events? Japan will not go down, its hardworking citizens push forward. And with nuclear power, Japan becomes great again. Well, not quite, because Godzilla returns to further oppress progress. It seems the nuclear power plants attract Godzilla, so the Prime Minister shuts them all down. Alright, fine. Wind, water, and solar energies are utilized so that Japan can still function. Those clean energy alternatives, however, don't even begin to make up for the loss of nuclear power. Time passes and a new clean energy source is discovered, plasma-powered energy. With this new source of energy, Japan begins to enter into a new era where, never mind Godzilla again, for crying out loud, he just can't let the Japanese people have anything nice. This time it seems plasma energy also attracts the big guy, so yeah, that has to be banned too. With that, I consider this movie to be about revenge. Revenge on Godzilla from high-ranking officials who have witnessed enough death and destruction for one lifetime, and revenge from a soldier who continues to live just to see Godzilla die. Let's talk about that soldier. Her name is Kiriko Sugimori. Her conviction runs deep because she watched her platoon commander die after he shoved her out of the way of falling debris in a conflict with Godzilla. Kiriko wasn't stripped of compassion, but she isn't the most inviting individual, having survived such a traumatic experience. The alpha female that she is, Kiriko isn't one to suffer civilian inadequacies, as we discover when she begins an acquaintanceship with a brilliant young man, Hajime Kudo. Being smart doesn't automatically bring you success. Kudo seems content with a modest life, finding amusement in tricking Japanese schoolchildren into thinking he has magical powers. Kiriko isn't impressed by that kind of foolishness. She practically kidnaps Kudo so he can use his mind for something great. Kudo can make little nanobots, so it's assumed his talent will be useful in making a tiny little black hole. What? So the whole revenge thing, let's talk about that. You see, it's decided that the best way to deal with the Godzilla is to artificially create a black hole to trap the king of monsters in for all eternity. Yeah, I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, other than the black hole getting out of control and devouring the entire galaxy. But hey, these people are desperate to rid their lives of the threat of Godzilla. So the black hole is made. Yes, the test is a success and everyone is happy. Good job, Kudo! Your expertise really came in handy, pal. While the worst case scenario of the deletion of the galaxy doesn't become an issue, something very bad still happens. A prehistoric dragonfly appears from a space-time distortion created by the black hole. The dragonfly lays an egg, and all hell is going to break loose. This introduces another character, Bug Boy. I'll only mangle the kid's name, so I'll be sticking with Bug Boy. As the nickname Bug Boy implies, this kid's crazy about insects. His curiosity leads him to finding the dragonfly egg, and he keeps it. But he gets rid of it the next day as the egg becomes a really messy item with liquid oozing out of it and all sorts of stuff. So down the sewers, the egg is tossed. Yeah, that careless act sees that the egg becomes submerged in water. Not a good thing because of this. Tokyo gets overrun by dragonfly nymphs, but that's cool since it provides one of my favorite scenes from the movie. Ha ha! That's great! If you like 80s horror flicks, then that's satisfying since there isn't typically much gore in Godzilla films. Godzillas. The nasty little buggers are Meganulan, and they turn into Meganola when the nymphs become dragonflies. As menacing as they are, the dragonflies choose one among them to realize its fiercest potential. After swarming Godzilla, surviving dragonflies inject their chosen prodigy with Godzilla's power, thus creating Megaguirus. Ah, there it is. Look at it. Look at it. Really, really cool. I haven't anything critical to say about Megaguirus' appearance. One could complain that Megaguirus doesn't look like a dragonfly, but let's not forget that it was injected with Godzilla's monstrous genes. If complaining is to be done, let's direct it not at Megaguirus, but at what moves the creature instead. What's blatantly obvious are the strings. We let such tiny details go in earlier Godzilla films, but this movie came out in late 2000. Looking at the amount of CGI used, I would suppose editing out the strings could be done without a lot of effort. It's time to move on to why people watch Godzilla movies in the first place. The giant monster battle. The struggle for dominance unfolds ferociously and compellingly, for the story told is that Megaguirus is an exceptional aerial combatant, relying on speed to strike and move. Godzilla seems like he's at a disadvantage because it's not easy to hit a fast target with atomic breath. Megaguirus also uses its wings to generate an annoyingly high frequency. Godzilla ends up biting off the stinger of Megaguirus at a crucial moment and finally blasts the bug with his best shot. Entertaining stuff, but certainly amusing in instances probably not meant to be comical. The battle is at its best when Godzilla and Megaguirus are shown close up, though. A lot of Megaguirus flying about is more of a miss than it is a hit. I'm not sure if I'm being too critical. After all, I'm watching a Godzilla movie here. Methinks I should be more forgiving. I'll tell you who's not forgiving. The people who want Godzilla sucked into oblivion. After Megaguirus is taken care of, Godzilla is pulled into a man-made black hole where he can suffer in hellish solitude forever and ever. Oh my, that's biblical level vengeance right there. But why did Godzilla even return to wreak havoc on Japan? They stopped messing with plasma energy, which attracted Godzilla before. Nah, there was a secret lab where plasma energy was being stored. You know, the government and its secret projects. And you know what? It's quite crappy to see Godzilla die in these movies, even when he's the bad guy. Luckily, this movie gives us Godzilla fanboys a reason to smile. It's hinted that he not only survives being sucked into a black hole, but he's back on Earth to make everyone pay. A worthy addition to the Godzilla library, but a little overcast, this movie. I'm saying it's a little gray, lacking in vibrance. Let's say I wouldn't watch it if I'm feeling blue. More interaction between Kudo and Kiriko would have been nice. Maybe some childish bickering between the two. I also would have liked Kudo's character to be fleshed out more. Brilliant underachiever. I get that. But I wanted there to be more to him. Just some final thoughts, that's all. Well, hope you enjoyed the review. Goodbye.